Russia, Pakistan, Belgium, the United Kingdom, Bangladesh, Romania, Cambodia, Indonesia, Argentina, Greece, Thailand, United States of America. Australia. Netherlands. Norway. Denmark. Turkey. Laos. Canada. Oman. Chile. Qatar. Malaysia. Brunei Darussalam. Singapore. Republic of Korea. Iran, Germany, Switzerland, Uganda, Timor-Leste, Vietnam, Japan, New Zealand, Belarus. Sudan. Botswana. Italy. India. Ireland. Finland. The European Union. Kenya. Cyprus. The United Nations. The UN Development Programme. The UN Industrial and Development Organization. UN World Food Programme. International Labour Organization. International Organization for Migration. World Bank. The Colombo Plan Staff College. The International Committee of the Red Cross. The International Rice Research Institute. Southeast Asian Fisheries Development Center. Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, Regional Center for Educational Innovation and Technology. Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, Regional Center for Graduate Study and Research in Agriculture.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the 17th President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., together with First Lady Luis Araneta Marcos. Let us remain standing for the Philippine national anthem. Ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, hanap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay.
Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting. Sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingil.
Sa dagat ang tulog, sa simoy at sa langit mong lugaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa pagdayang minamahal.
Ang iskap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidingding.
Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Senate President Francis Escudero, House Speaker Martin Romualdez, Secretary of Foreign Affairs Ricky Manalo, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps and Apostolic Nuncio to the Philippines, His Excellency Archbishop Charles Brown, the Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, the honorable members of the Cabinet here today, and of course, the First Lady, Lisa Araneta Marcos, who is actually much more familiar to you than I am. Fellow workers in government, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am delighted to once again see you all here today as we celebrate the beginning of 2025, a fresh start and with renewed enthusiasm. Notwithstanding evolving global challenges and their impact on all nations, there are plenty of reasons to be grateful for the past year and still more cause to be hopeful for what lies ahead. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, early in my presidency, I vowed to reintroduce the Philippines to the world and jumpstart meaningful, concrete, and mutually beneficial partnerships that will drive growth for this country in the 21st century economy. A great deal has transpired in the last 2.5 years. The Philippines has since embarked on a diplomatic agenda that leverages international partnerships, which have translated to increased bilateral engagements and cooperation with traditional partners and new allies in key economic sectors and security areas. This has resulted in a vibrant exchange of high-level visits from many of your officials from your capitals, as well as several outgoing visits from the Philippines of Philippine officials from across many of our government agencies. Through our independent foreign policy, we have broadened and strengthened our diplomatic reach and engagements with the world. Last year, we opened 4 embassies in Europe and in Latin America. This year, we will be opening 4 more foreign service posts in North America, in Asia, and the Pacific. And by the end of 2025, we will have 102 posts, effectively widening our reach globally. We are poised to establish more down the road. We welcome the opening of some embassies in Manila in 2024, such as Bahrain and Slovenia, and are eager to welcome new foreign missions in the years to come, such as from Central Asia. Our continued pursuit of our constitutionally mandated independent foreign policy has also allowed us to function and flourish in the complex web of interactions with various international actors. Our foreign policy has always been to encourage peace and to foster cooperation, whilst also ensuring that international law is faithfully complied with and permeates all facets of relations amongst nations. For it is only through a rules-based international order that peace and development can be achieved. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a sense with fulfillment and pride that I share the Philippines' economic performance in 2024, despite domestic headwinds and geopolitical tensions. So you will excuse me if I put on my salesman hat just for a little while. The Philippine economy remains amongst the strongest in Asia, expanding 5.8% for the first 3 quarters of last year and outstripping performances of some peers in the Asian region. Our revenue collection for 2024 is about 4.42 trillion pesos, accounting for 16.7% of our GDP. And this is the highest figure in the last 27 years. The last time was 1997. With prudent and transparent debt management, the Philippines scored the highest in debt transparency amongst 50 countries, surveyed by the Institute of International Finance in 2024. The year 2024 also earned the Philippines its first ever credit rating upgrade of A- with stable outlook from Rating and Investment Information, Inc., and an upgrade of outlook to positive from S&P Global Ratings, making the country more attractive to investors and helping to lower borrowing costs for government and for businesses. The unemployment rate has dropped to 4.0%, well below the full-year target range of 4.4 to 4.7%. And we owe this to the sustained strength of the country's labor market. I certainly hope that this trend will continue as it signals that there are more employment opportunities in the country. My dream remains that to be able to say that one day that we can say that overseas work is purely a matter of choice and not one of necessity. With strong macroeconomic fundamentals, we are confident that the country will be able to hit this year the GNI per capita range set for us by the World Bank to reach the upper middle income status country, coming off from an all-time high record registered in 2023 to the tune of $4,335 or 241,165 Philippine pesos. Looking forward, this government is committed to accelerating infrastructure investments, enhancing the ease of doing business, and boosting national competitiveness. These will support businesses, attract foreign investments, and spur higher economic growth. With a long history and a credible record of multilateral diplomacy, the Philippines is in a very strong position to take on more leadership roles that seek to advocate for consequential issues in the global agenda. One such important issue is peace and security. The Philippines is running for a non-permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council for the term of 2027 to 2028. Our candidature stands on our rich experience in building peace, forging consensus, and finding new paths for cooperation. Nowhere is this best highlighted than in our unfaltering contribution to UN peacekeeping operations over the past 60 years, deploying over 14,000 troops in 21 UN peacekeeping operations and special political missions. Our candidature is consistent with our long-held view that we need to further strengthen multilateralism through efforts that will reform the Security Council and revitalize the General Assembly. I take this opportunity anew to convey to your respective governments our earnest request for your support to our UNSC bid, and we hope for your support when the time comes, when we are indeed sitting as a member of the Security Council. Finally, in closing, I would like to thank the members of the Diplomatic Corps for being able partners and for supporting the government in its various social and economic programs for the Filipino people. So allow me to make a toast to another year of partnerships and collaboration with you, with your countries, and enduring friendships between our countries and, even more importantly, our peoples. Cheers. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Mr. President. And now, to deliver his message, let us welcome the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Apostolic Nuncio to the Philippines, Most Reverend Charles John Brown III.
Your Excellency, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, First Lady Louise Araneta Marcos, Honorable Secretaries of the Cabinet, officials of the Department of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellencies ambassadors and heads of mission accredited to the Republic of the Philippines, it is for me, as always, not only an honor and a privilege, but indeed a pleasure to speak on this happy occasion, the traditional exchange of New Year's greetings between you, Mr. President, and the Diplomatic Corps accredited to the Philippines here in Malacañan Palace. Your annual invitation to welcome the new year with you and the First Lady is always deeply appreciated by all of us, because in addition to being an opportunity for us to interact with you, it also gives us the occasion to express our gratitude to you, to your government, and indeed to all the people of the Philippines for the kindness we experience every day in this wonderful nation. The Diplomatic Corps congratulates the government for the encouraging economic figures recently released on inflation, economic growth, and employment, mentioned by you, Mr. President, in your speech. In these areas, there's good reason to be hopeful about the future economic prospects of the country. With regard to progress in the area of peace and reconciliation in the new year 2025, the international community continues to believe that the Bangsamoro peace process remains the viable path to peace, security, and prosperity for the people of the Bangsamoro region of Muslim Mindanao, although recent challenges remind us of the need for patience and perseverance in the attainment of those goals. The international scene is, however, as all of us know, marked by significant polarization and even recrimination, all of which is amplified in a media environment characterized by strident, contrasting opinions and the presentation of perspectives ranging from information to misinformation and disinformation. In such an environment, it's virtually impossible for any single actor to completely control the narrative, as may have been possible in the past. The consequence of this reality is that the public's trust in institutions begins to diminish considerably. The antidote to this state of affairs is not easy, but it certainly involves, on the part of all of us, a recommitment to truthfulness, balance, and fairness in our statements, and to listening respectfully to the perspectives of people with whom we disagree. For all of us, men and women serving in government and in diplomacy, our mission is to help guide the course of human events in a path that leads to peace, prosperity, and security for all. That is only possible when there's communication, the authentic and respectful exchange of ideas and proposals in continuous dialogue. Your Excellency, Mr. President, allow me to conclude my comments this evening by recognizing in a special way the work of the women and men of the Department of Foreign Affairs under the leadership of His Excellency Secretary Enrique Emanalo. We, the diplomats accredited to the Philippines, interact on almost a daily basis with the officials of the Department of Foreign Affairs, and it is indeed a pleasure for us to collaborate with them. And so, Your Excellency, it is an honor for me to express on behalf of all the members of the Diplomatic Corps our sincere best wishes for a new year blessed by peace, prosperity, and progress. And now, my dear friends, may I ask all of you to join me in a toast. To the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., for his well-being, health, and success, and to the peace, prosperity, and happiness of the Filipino people. May God bless the Philippines. Mabuhay. Cheers.